Hello people, viewers and fans, LD here. Today I'll be doing another story. We can do, gee, we have some interesting people this time, right? This time, we can do, man, I'm gonna do Naoto. I've never seen her story before. And it's kind of an interesting character. So I kinda wanna, know what background or her take on this story of the business for. Let's get started, guys.
I wish the case in the making.
Alright.
What follows are my impressions of the organization called the Shadow Operatives, as well as their leader, Mitsuru Kirijo.
Okay. My finger flies across the keyboard. My last case was special. Need to complete my report before I forget any important details. My name is Naoto Shirogane. I'm a detective. The Shirogane. Yep. Though I'm young and still in high school, I've been given the opportunity. Yeah. That's where this story begins. A sudden request from the Inaba Police Department. That was about a month ago, early April. This is the same gas station we see at the beginning of the story in episode 4 when the protagonist I guess now his name is has came into Inaba. Anyway, last time I received a request from him. Okay. So I'm not reading everything, guys, no. Something's different today.
Looks like this may take some time.
If this was just going to be paperwork and basic questioning, they would have brought me to this special room. Is it a new case? Because I can't see that white text over the... Yeah, like you guys, I said this in your sleep playthrough. You guys may be able to see it when you watch, but me trying to read it on the TV, I can barely see it and I have good eyesight.
I'm sorry about the wait. Allow me to introduce myself. I see you're enough on the ball that you don't need a lengthy introduction. Good. Have you heard of the Kirijo group?
I doubt there are many who haven't.
I'll get right to the point. We'd like to hire you to perform a sub-rosa investigation on them.
You need a corporation quietly investigated. Why me? I don't see what I can do that your own department cannot.
I would agree if shadows and personas weren't involved.
This time I'm unable to hide my surprise, but the man continues either failing to see or proposing ignoring my reaction.
One summer 12 years ago, there was an explosion at the Kirijo-owned Tatsumi Port Island, killing over 50 people. You would have been very young at the time.
I've reviewed that case. The official explanation was that a gas main leaked during a construction project. Afterwards, though, a bizarre rumor saw quite a bit of
The mass media noticed that there was a suspiciously large number of researchers. They floated the theory that the official explanation was a lie, and that the explosion was really caused...
No concrete evidence was ever found to support those claims, though. As I recall, the matter was left unsettled. Some may still remember the incident, though I don't think many could recall the finer points.
Those rumors were all true.
This voice becomes firm.
What?
Those researchers under Koetsu Kirijo, the old Kirijo group manager, were working on harnessing the power of shadows. The experiment went awry, and they lost control of the shadows. That's what caused the explosion.
Experiments using shadows. They lost control?
Experiments using shadows.
Are you saying the shadows flooded the city? The real world?
I can't speak
you
to
know
that.
about the shadows.
There was no way of getting hard answers back then.
You know
No
about
one
this
took
stuff.
the spooky stories seriously. But that accident got the government and the police's attention. Though, they didn't launch an investigation until a year.
That couldn't be helped. Law can only preside over the world as we know it. Things that can't be explained, can't be governed.
Only those in the Kirijo group know exactly what happened and how much of the aftermath was dealt with.
The aftermath?
Aftermath. That road has a bad ring to it.
Their cleanup efforts continued
This
until
is
quite
too
recently.
much dialogue, guys.
They were using
Too
some
much. I just
method
wanna
known
get to
only to them,
the main,
entirely behind
the
our
main
backs.
subject of her story, not all this BS backstory BS stuff.
We think they've been conducting illegal activities in the 10 years since then, while hiding behind their cleanup efforts.
So you might
And you
enjoy
wish for
this,
me
but
to
me,
confirm
I
this.
just want to get to the, not only the fighting, but just the main subject, not this dull BS.
Not only do you have a relationship with us, you have a persona and extensive experience in the... We can't think of a better candidate.
And
Yeah,
since
I mean,
I'm
guys,
not
I
directly
wanna play the game,
affiliated with
not
the
just
police,
sit
if I
here
were to
and
be
just
caught in a trap, it wouldn't lead
Read
back
and
to
listen,
you.
read and listen to most of everyone's story, pretty much.
If that's the way you want to put it.
My reply was meant to be sarcastic, blah 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 blah.
Last year, in conjunction with the Kirijo group, we established an unofficial
So
special unit
interesting.
capable of dealing...
This is new. That's a rather bold move. You went so far as to join forces with the ones you suspect of illicit activity.
That's exactly why we did it. We must keep a leash on them by integrating them into the system.
But the police are far behind information-wise. Officially, you are higher on the chain of command, but less so in practice. You'd need some leverage to keep your hold on them. Thus, this secret investigation. What exactly do you want me to do?
That will depend on your answer.
So that's their game plan. I figured as much.
If you think we're hiring you to further our organization, you're mistaken.
I can't help but look at the obvious changes in his tone.
Our sources say it's possible that they've been talking students from the Kirijo-owned school into doing their dirty work. They've been pleading ignorance while making ordinary kids clean up whatever messes they've left. And that, we don't forgive. We're supposed to be upholding the law. We can't overlook things like this.
All right. In that case, I accept. Though I don't plan on abandoning my school life here. I'll do what I can to help, but only within those limits.
I would never have dedicated conditions like this before, but the reason I had come to this town and transferred to Yasogami High School was all for my investigation. Yasogami High School was all my, but the school life and the dear friends that I've gained have become irreplaceable to me. It may sound childish to demand that I stay with my friends, but if they refuse to budge in that regard, that's that. However,
That's fine with us. At the end of this month, the Kirijo group is airlifting some special cargo. Kirijo has asked our help in making sure the cargo is transported. We'd like you to accompany them as a police observer.
What do they mean, transported safely?
A police escort. Assurance of no public investigation if any... Of course, if anything does happen, we will hold them responsible.
And what is this special cargo?
It's something to do with the shadow research. According to our research, it's most likely something from the old ergonomics research laboratory.
Get any more boring?
Classified as risk level 4.
Can this be any more boring? You know, interesting.
In other words, even though it's sealed up tight, it's extremely dangerous. Also,
It's that girl. As I'm thinking, the man slides a photograph to me. It's a beautiful young lady. Her eyes show a strong glow and striking her blazing red hair.
this woman will be on that flight. Her name is Mitsuru Kirijo.
Kirijo.
She's the oldest daughter of the Kirijo family, Koetsu Kirijo's granddaughter. It was he who devised the experiments 12 years ago. You should know that she's also a powerful persona user.
She's a Persona user for us. She was in Persona 3.
We believe she took the lead in gathering students 3 years ago, when she was still in high school.
Also, this other high school is the high school from Persona 3. I know I haven't played Persona 3. I just know about it because I had seen some. I haven't watched the playthrough of it because I want to play it on my own one day. But I know some about Persona 3. I know she's in it, of course, and I know and she was in high school, and that's probably the school they're referring to. It was a school in Persona 3. It's probably I forgot what. It starts with the I. Whatever, guys. But the other high school he was talking about might be the high school that was in Persona 3.
We'd like you to first go to her residence and meet with her.
All right.
I'm sure you figured out by now, since she's a high-ranking Kirijo Group official and a Persona user, but she's member number 1, the general manager. And not because she's a Kirijo, but because she has the abilities to back it up. Can you do this? If she's dirty, then this won't be easy for you.
I already accepted your assignment, so I must simply make the best of it.
Offer my hand. 3 days later, I received matters from me now. It's only been 2 weeks since he left. 2 weeks? Hold on. I thought this was a year later after the events of Persona 4, but I mean it's 2 weeks later? That's ridiculous. It's no time at all. So he leaves the train for 2 weeks and he comes back 2 weeks later. Well, he leaves the train, comes back 2 weeks later on the train. I must prefer it being a year later, guys. I'm sorry. Makes more sense, right? It's a nice limo, taxi, whatever.
Nice to meet you. My name is Naoto Shirogane.
I've been told about you. It's nice meeting you as well. I'm Mitsuru Kirijo.
Her beauty is enough to attract anyone's attention. She was so much less imposing than in the picture.
I didn't expect the police's observer to be so young.
Does that bother you?
No. I didn't mean to downplay your abilities. Forgive me.
She's the only daughter of the founding family, but it's been 2 years since. She must have been used to controversies.
Tell me, what are the contents of your cargo?
I'm ashamed to have to admit this, but since the original researchers have passed away, we don't know what's in it either. We can't allow the worst-case scenario for such an item to come to pass in the middle of a city. That's why we plan to transfer these items to a distant facility according to their indicated risk level.
Then I'll stay near the cargo along with the police escort. I'll contact you immediately if anything happens.
All right. If anything is unclear to you, feel free to ask me.
Why would I place a bookmark, guys? Why? Why would I place a bookmark when all we see is just dialogue so far? Just talk, read. And just it's listing itself. Why would I place a bookmark? I'm not gonna do that, guys. It makes no sense, right? It makes 0 sense.
Yakushima. Huh.
I'm not reading all this. I am not. It's not long before the final case is unloaded from the truck. So guys, I'm back at my the house here or whatever going on. I can't do nothing about that. I wish it was off, but I can't do anything about it, guys. I'm sorry. For a minute, Sue slowly tipped the case sideways to place it on the car. So, yeah, come on. Can this be any more boring? I thought the her story would be interesting, but now it's just BS.
The aircraft squawk code has changed to 7500.
7500.
Hopefully it picks up, right?
7500? A hijack? Is it the cargo they want? If that was the case, the hijacking is only a decoy. But would they really risk their lives hijacking a plane over one piece of cargo? Huh? This is 002, over. A suspicious vehicle is leaving the scene. Stay in pursuit. It's a large vehicle about 2...
Damn, this is so boring. None of this is interesting, guys. None of it is. I started a story, I have to finish it, right? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how much dialogue this has. Who reads all of this dialogue? Who just sits there and just reads it all?
All personnel on
Please
scene.
waste of
The
time.
suspects have been apprehended.
They dealt with it so soon? What's going on here?
Operator to 002, over. The whereabouts of...
Than that vehicle earlier. Are you still in pursuit?
We're tracking it through the end system.
This is
Understood.
ridiculous how much dialogue this is in this. There's no way that I'll just sit here and just read all of that. No way. I like to read, but when I'm playing a game like this, when I want to get to not only the gameplay but the real, the real the bottom line of the story, it's just, I mean, hers just uninteresting. That's the thing. This is just uninteresting so far.
That was a very tidy operation. I had thought it would take...
To put it delicately, we had someone with
Would there be any
special
fighting in her
abilities
story? I don't
handling it.
know.
Again,
Nothing.
no, I'm impressed.
Thank you. Our next step should be to interrogate the suspects in custody and...
Sadly, it won't be. I haven't. I mean,
But since...
I can't.
Boy, is this boring, guys.
Does that
I'm
mean- I'm
sorry.
afraid-
It's just so boring. I must have been cast at the office, despite the usual blah blah blah. The man who hired me has not yet got in touch with me. I entertained the thought of returning home to Inaba, but luckily enough, I brought enough luggage for a short trip out of town. So I had to stay the night at the business hotel near the airport, and wait a while for my client to contact me. Oh my God.
Things have taken an unexpected turn.
That will make it very difficult to continue my secret.
But right now, you're the only one we have who's... We'd like...
What are you gonna have me do? I will not act as a spy.
I'll be in touch later.
Oh my God. Now this will be BS. If the whole story was just dialogue, the whole story, and no fighting. That's gonna be BS. It's gonna be the worst story ever in this game. Okay.
Yes, Shirogane speak.
Hi, Naoto-kun?
Gee.
Oh, I'm not interrupting your work, am I?
No, it's quite alright.
Sorry to call so late. I wanted to at least give it one more shot about tomorrow.
That's right. So much has been happening that I completely forgot that the school holiday starts tomorrow, and of course we're supposed to have a reunion with you, Senpai, when he visits from the city tomorrow. I was supposed to be able to meet up with them, and then imagine that I'd be stuck here for 3 days thanks to the attempted hijacking at the airport. But since I've undertaken the job, I have obligations that I can't just abandon. I started to actually feel some anger towards whoever the culprits are.
I'm sorry, but it seems I still won't be able to make it. I'm actually not in Inaba at the moment, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that. Oh, then I guess you can't check even if it rains.
Even if it rains?
Oh, nothing.
The Midnight
Just
Channel
talking
talking
to
about.
myself. It's okay, Naoto-kun. I know there are people who'll be in trouble without you. You need to stay there and help them out.
Yes. Well,
Help them out, huh? It irritates me to know that what I'm going to do is pretty much spy work.
it really is a shame. Give my regards to Senpai and the others, won't you?
Will do. Good luck with the job.
I wonder if any train would make it in time.
It seems we may be back on for the secret investigation. We agreed. A detective
Yo,
by the
officer,
name
your
of
story
Kurosawa
is
will
your
be heading out
your work
tomorrow.
is just boring.
We
Why'd
want
you
you
have
to
Naoto
accompany
do
him to
this
the rendezvous
BS?
point.
She could be with you, Senpai, and going into the TV road by now. So you had her on this stupid mission and stuff. And I asked about the whatever, man.
Kurosawa is
It's almost
willing to
done.
leak you whatever info he...
I'm surprised he agreed to that.
This is not in the
Hasn't he
least
assisted
interesting at all.
Kamijo-san and her...
I'm afraid that's some...
What's some stupid hijacking? Who cares? Meter.
I'm Kurosawa.
I'm Naoto Shiragane.
I've heard rumors about you, Ace Detective. Let's get going.
This was a depressing job in the first place.
You seem pretty listless.
You seem pretty listless.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Where are we headed, by the way?
The place where they found the getaway car from the hijacking.
And house heater / fan or whatever it is has stopped. Momentarily, I assume. Sorry guys, there's nothing I can do.
A town called Inaba. It's a small place with an odd history. We just had a bizarre...
Inaba?
That's your hometown, right? Isn't that why they're sending you?
I'm lost for words, but the tech cursor continues instead of waiting for me to reply.
The request I got from the Shadow operatives was to assist in gathering information. They want me to meet with a supervising detective of that case and ask him for the full story. Not only are they part of public safety, they're an unofficial unit. They can't come to the...
Why him? Is his case related to the robbery in some way?
Public safety is sharper than you might think. They do basic reviews. Inaba is on their watch list
This is
now.
so boring. Who
With that
cares about
cargo
your
being
stupid
brought
case?
there, they
If there is a connection, then it might be related to our case. Who cares about the case? I begin to have ominous thoughts, and my expression darkens. The junkyard. Bunch of TVs. Looks like mostly TVs, guys, and computers, I guess. I see some refrigerators, I think those are refrigerators on the left. The familiar sights of the bus seem strange somehow. Detective. I'm not reading all of this. I am not reading all of that.
Kurosawa-san, may I ask you something? Why are you working with public safety?
You're asking that now? I thought that would be your very first question.
After wiping a dirty smile from his face, Detective Kurosawa turns to me with an incredibly serious expression.
You can spy on Mitsuru Kirijo and her shadow operatives to your heart's content. But for that to be understood, at some point or another, everything she does has to be investigated to eliminate those deaths. In which case, it's better someone like you do the investigating than some...
Thank you for your cooperation.
I'll leave the rest in your hand.
I see such junk as covered, stay close to the mist and watch. Not long after I see two people exit the vehicle. Yep, and that other the robot girl from Cemetery. The other person looks strange.
Is that the fabled humanoid weapon?
There's information about a humanoid weapon mixed and wet. All that I found, but that had to be what was standing in front of me. It seemed natural, almost lifelike. It seems that the rumors of an unorthodox anti-shadow unit were true. Another man comes to join them. He was shirtless and wore a red cloak like a desert nomad. Can't imagine what will possess to go all about dressed like that, but Detective Cursor had to Planets and Shadows. There's no doubt she's heard of the idea of entering the TV road. After all, it appears many times.
They're not planning to enter a TV from here, are they?
No, even as I said, they're making them girls already has her hand sticking. I'm sorry, it's too much. It's too much. Stupid dialogue. It's been what, over 20 minutes, guys. Over 20 minutes. All we have for is dialogue. This is ridiculous, guys. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. Get a cutscene at least.
The other members will wait here in the car.
Yeah,
If we all barge in and something happens, we'll be devastated.
Now that you mention it, at least one of us should be staying behind as well.
I am not staying.
Us three will be plenty. We'll end this in a flash. No problem.
The same as always. Although, we have no idea what might be waiting for us on the other side. Don't get careless.
Right.
This situation, it brings back memories.
Ready!
Guys, I've never seen that cutscene before, so I never did Naoto story. Or any of that Persona 3 stories. All I ever did was Yosuke's and Chie's. I never did anyone else's. It was pretty cool, I guess.
Why enter the TV? What's going on?
Alright.
Is the stolen cargo inside the TV? Well,
no, we're
if they're
actually
determined to enter the TV
going to get to
despite not
the
knowing
real
risk,
subject.
I can hardly allow
The
cowardice
real-
to prevent me from
I
following.
don't want to say meat, but the real, conclusion, not conclusion, but the aftermath of everything and stuff. Because we got this bold stories so far, like this bold case, like this stupid stuff. I'm such stupid. If they gave her a story, they had this on this stupid stuff that no one cares about. It was completely uninteresting. That can bore you half to death. And now we're actually going to get to the real subject. My God. How it took over 20 minutes for it to get to the real thing, the real stuff. Literally over 20 minutes. This is stupid. It's just dumbfounded, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna place a bookmark. I will place it the first slot. Okay, guys, this is gonna be the first part. See you guys in part 2. Alright, guys. Peace.